with this year's theme of ELT in the Digital Age, organized by the Department of English and Linguistics Faculty of Liberal Arts, Thammasat University.
And the conference is held today and tomorrow.
All right. Without any further ado, I'd like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Savitri Hammond, the head of the Department of English and Linguistics, to give a welcome speech to you all. Please welcome Dr. Savitri Hammond.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Conference on ELT in the Digital Age, organized by the Department of English and Linguistics. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Faculty of Liberal Arts at Thammasat University. I am very delighted to be here. The conference is held every 2 years, and it usually takes a year to plan. As the theme of ELT in the digital age suggests, the objective of the conference is, firstly, to highlight the role of English as the primary medium of communication. Most importantly, this conference is meant to provide a forum for all participants to gain even greater insight into the various issues concerning ELT, and most obviously, digital innovation. This can be achieved through academic exchange and meaningful discussion. Hopefully, the understanding will be broadened within the field of English language teaching in the digital age. I'd like to thank the plenary and invited speakers for participating in this event. They have come from all over Thailand and from different parts of the world. Also, the conference wouldn't take place without a good teamwork of all colleagues in the Department of English and Linguistics. I'd like to thank the conference organizers, and a very special thanks to Assistant Professor Dr. Sukhovat Phukjaran for chairing the event. Dr. Sukhovat, please. Again, I'd like to say welcome to the ELT conference. Your presence here is very much appreciated by all of us at Thammasat University. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Savitri Hammond. That was the head of the Department of English and Linguistics, and you gave a welcome speech.
Next, I'd like to call upon Assistant Professor Dr. Nithinan Wisawesun, Vice Director for Academic Affairs at Thammasat University, to give an opening speech. Please welcome.
Good morning. Professor Daladiero, colleagues and participants to the ELT in the digital age. Welcome to Thammasat University. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to address you, teachers of English. I think you are all teachers, and I always remember my very first teacher of English who had met me as me myself today. So I would like to say that I do appreciate what you have contributed to students' advancement. In particular, you have introduced creative and effective ways of listening, speaking, writing, reading, of course, above all, thinking to students. So what you have contributed are truly the multiplier to students' power in communication. So we are grateful to your efforts, and certainly I would like to applaud your accomplishments to whatever you have done before. The theme of today's conference, ELT in the Digital Age, organized by Faculty of Liberal Arts, Thammasat University, recognizes that technology is exceptionally influential for individuals in every dimensions of life. And the wide range of technologies that are available in the use of language learning have shaped various forms of teachings. Specific use of technologies in different classrooms then have become central to language practice. I'm sure that you get more familiar to this kind of teaching techniques more than me. So when I was invited by the Dean of Faculty of Liberal Arts, I thought to myself, I should learn something about teaching, especially teaching English. In a country where they don't use English as the main as a mother tongue. And I'm also interested in teaching English in a country that normally speak English, for example, India. We know that many people, a large number of people in India, perhaps a very large proportion of population, speaking English. So I came across one work written by S.P. Denavo, who wrote a book called English Language Teaching in India, The Shifting Paradigm, in 2012. He proposed that the best solution for mastering English is by tapping into intrinsic motivations of both learners and teachers. The novel reveals how unarmed university students in Chennai were encouraged to explore the use of various forms of technology, especially blog writing, as a part of learning English. And those were very impressive because students could be successful in mastering their communication skills within very short time. Students of science and technology, when they were introduced to the first year class in English, teachers tied the technical content of engineering, science and technology, which we think is very complicated, difficult to understand. And then, at the same time, teachers use technology in simulating present real-life situations in the classroom. An interesting finding is that students learn to write sentences and discover new meanings at the same time. The process of mastering their skills was very impressive as well because they understand what is happening first and then they translate what they understand into words. A reflective practice using digital storytelling during teaching practice by B. Shu and others recently published in Malaysia in May 2017 reveals that teachers have to become practitioners. Their study involved participants from an Institute of Teachers Education in Malaysia who were engaged in teaching children's literature using digital storytelling. The instruments used were students' product of digital storytelling as well as reflective journals and interviews. The finding shows that preschool teachers enhance understanding of pedagogical content knowledge, as well as improving their teaching practice and professional development when they use digital storytelling in the classroom. These two pieces of work that I studied in a very brief time, short time before I draft up this speech, are the examples illustrating that the benefits of using digital in this world, particularly in a more dynamic world, the benefits accrue to both learners and very significantly to the teachers. Phil Collins, I think you know him well, said that in learning, you will teach. And in teaching, you will learn. I can't deny this statement. At the moment, we have a number of English courses offered to a number of different disciplines in universities, in schools, everywhere in the world. We have English for science and technology. We have English for political science. We have English for economists. We have English for medical doctors, so on and so forth. That reflects that English is recognized as the world language. But at the same time, don't forget that English usage can vary by locations. Therefore, it's important for us to prepare ourselves in empowering the learners in their respective areas. And it is also appeal to policymakers and administrators to formulate a consistent language policy so that the efforts of teachers of English would give the desired results. Ladies and gentlemen, when you adopt technology-based teaching, of course, we would expect that proficiency in using technology will ensure that students can have wider access to rich opportunities in education, enhancing their linkage with other communities and attaining professional success. That's what we expect. So here in this conference, we recognize the impact of the digital development on teaching English, and we encourage teachers of English to adopt various forms of computer, digital technology, whatever, that are non-human devices. We are now integrated these parts into teaching so that we can have expected learning outcomes to be more compliant to the complex and dynamic world. So teachers of English are to help students to develop knowledge, skills, and values. In this period of digital age, the IT is not highly relevant. In fact, it is not the IT skills. IT itself, technology itself, doesn't have life. But ability of thinking, attitudes of learning, and our ability to communicate are life. So these are vital factors that will bring people who learn English to get success. At Thammasat University, allow me to say a few words about Thammasat University. We have promoted active learning, problem-based learning for at least 5 years. We aim that our graduates will have 6 desired qualities. We call them traits, TREATS. These six desired qualities: G is global mindset, R responsibility, E eloquence, A art appreciation, T team leader, and S spirit of Thammasat. Therefore, as the language users, we see a great depth of importance of language as a tool for individuals to achieve professional success. But above all, language is a powerful skill set, essential in building understanding and trust, and creating a society of harmony and peace. In this regard, to develop a global mindset, it requires intercultural competence. That's what you are going to hear from Professor Girton. Intercultural competence is highly important, and that can be achieved through understanding of the diversity in different cultural backgrounds, which will finally permit us to live in a diverse society with unity. Ladies and gentlemen, digital age allows us to acquire information fast, learning of others quickly, and simultaneously, you can disseminate your knowledge just within one click. Many times, too quick to think. So it's challenging, and it becomes our challenge to discuss and find pathways in this digital age together. How to integrate those non-human advantages to the human development and to maintain people-to-people linkages. And at the same time, how can they impact our teaching and learning process? How can we strengthen our ability to think? It's important that English language teaching in digital age put emphasis on fostering skills of teaching. And more importantly, what we expect to get is the skills of thinking that students can develop. Creative thinking, analytical thinking, systematic thinking, all are desired quality of thinking. So it's important, and I encourage you all to focus on thinking as an integral part of communication skills. In other words, I encourage you all, teachers, to please relate thinking with all the 4 languages skills, as well as to include non-verbal communication skills like digital competence to draw successful learning and teaching. And if you can do that, the result would be a rewarding breakthrough. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm very delighted that you all are gathering here to share and to learn. I think it's very important to listen to each other, to learn from each other, speaking out of your experience, sharing and learning together. So we, all of us who are gathering today, are very grateful to the organizers, Faculty of Liberal Arts, Thammasat University, and also to every single individual, everyone from every institution who have supported and contributed to this conference to happen. I hope you find this conference rewarding. I also wish that different thought-provoking and practical techniques that you learn and reflect at this conference will open new grounds for English teaching. I do wish ELT in Digital Age Conference will remain a perennial source of inspiration and innovation for all teachers. My best wishes to you all. Thank you very much.
Thanks. May I ask Assistant Professor Dr. Savitri Hammond to present a token of appreciation to Assistant Professor Dr. Nithinan.